Hello everyone, my name is Dev and I'm here to talk about the new KTM Adventure 390. It is one of the much anticipated and much awaited bike in bikers community. I'm here to talk about the new KTM Adventure 390X, not S, okay? Because everyone is talking about the S and there is very few information about the X. In terms of information, what we are getting is S is more adventure focused, and if you are less adventure focused, then you can go for X. And not much has been shared about the X. And I was waiting from 1 week, and like I maybe more than a week, and I don't find much details around the same, not much videos around same. And I decided to talk about by myself, based on the YouTube videos which I have seen, and based on the details I able to collect. I'm a person who like to ride a bike daily on the office, and it should fulfill my purpose to long ride as well. And based on the current road conditions, wherever your construction is going on, adventure bike I think is right for me. Based on the details I have collected, I think the ideal bike should have these features. Like it should have a 14 bhp power, means around the 14 bhp power. It should cruise around easily 120 kilometers per hour. I don't mean a bike which can go up to the 120 kilometer per hour. I'm talking about a bike we can easily cruise around 120 kilometer per hour, like a continuous few hours for the long rides. And it should easily handle the potholes. The bike should have pocket friendly mileage and a good range of 350 kilometers, and easily maintainable. A roadside, the garage person can easily touch the bike and able to fix the bike, and he should not hesitate to work on that bike. Based on this requirement, currently two bikes which fulfill these requirements are Himalayan and KTM Adventure. People have much expectation from Suzuki and Honda, but there are not bike available from them around this requirement. The Honda NX is there. I feel this is a one category above these bikes, the Himalayan and KTM ADV. I think it is one step ahead of its category, and of course it have the higher price. When I was talking about the requirement, I was looking around a bike of around the 4 lakhs of budget. The previous generation 390 Adventure is not able to fulfill that my requirement because it have a very broad seat. I am a 5.5, and because of which I can able to touch my feet on the ground very comfortable way, and it doesn't have the proper toural stance, and it was a heavy too. I mean, not in terms of weight. When we handle the bike, I used to feel very heavy. So I tried that bike and I didn't like it. So I didn't went for that. So I was waiting for this particular version of bike. I used to ride Kawasaki Versys 650, and this is I think a closest ideal bike I rode. But it was a very heavy bike, and apart from that, it was expensive for me to maintain. Let's talk about the 390 Adventure X, for which we are getting a much more information. There are very less people are talking about the 390 Adventure X. I'm not that much of off-road enthusiast, and I don't think so. There is a larger audience of that category. I think Adventure S is catered to that large audience who have already have one a good bike, and this is a spare bike. They want to do the ADV for people like us, where one fall will be very expensive. So based on the information which I have collected, I've gathered some point where I find these are the missing point into the KTM Adventure 390X, or there are some improvement points which can be added into the KTM 390 Adventure X so that it can be fulfilling for my requirement or for the large audience. Let's talk about the points which I think will be right. So there is a Bugbuster steel support. So as you know, if we go for aftermarket Bugbuster, there is an option of a steel support behind the Bugbuster, so that it will be very rigid, and when the time of a crash, like it will be very safe. So I think in the Bugbuster, the KTM should have provided in term in like or accessory or some way so that we can add that steel part. I think the long touring audience requires auxiliary lights because they travel in darker areas like Kolhapur Goa road, where we have to travel from the jungle, where I know the KTM 390 have a good headlights, but I don't think so it still will be sufficient because there is no street light. So I think now it should be like a feature that the bike manufacturer should provide is providing the additional button and additional port for fitting the auxiliary lights, so the riders can just fit the auxiliary lights and plug their connection of auxiliary light to that particular port. So they don't have to much play with the wiring of the existing bike. I observed that the windshield height of the Adventure X is less than Adventure S. So I think that there should be a taller tonal windshield height. Okay, because of this small difference, what we feel we are getting something less. Okay, although I think it is a very proper bike, because of only that part, if we feel that is something I'm getting less, because I don't have the first hand experience of X, but I had a chance to hop on to the Adventure S, and I feel the windshield height was very correct for me. Little less height for the X, I need to add the additional extender and the cruise control. I believe the Adventure S is more for off-road focus, and Adventure X is more of a road focus. So instead of Adventure S, Adventure X should have the cruise control, so the long riders can use it efficiently. If Adventure S is, if we say more of the off-road focus, then I don't think so the cruise control will be much helpful in that scenario. I also notice there are two modes into the Adventure X, and there are three modes into the Adventure S. There is off-road mode which is missing into the Adventure X, and I think there should be a sports mode into the Adventure X. The same off-road mode from the S should be introduced into the X as a sports mode, because looking at the video it looks like, because of that off-road mode, bike feels very peppy, it feels more powerful, and I think that should be a mode added into the X as in a sports mode. For the long rides, we usually travel single, but sometimes we have the pillion. But even we travel solo, we need the broader pillion seat, so that we can easily put our luggage over there. And if not, if there is a pillion as well, the seat is not perfect for it, it should be more broader. I'm 5.5 and I'm very happy with the seat height. The earlier adventure, I tried that bike, and because of its broad seat, I cannot able to touch properly my legs onto the ground. But from this seat, I can able to touch that very comfortably. I think there should be an accessory option to have a split seat for the long travel. So the users can buy that as an accessory, or KTM can provide as an option to use the split seat for the X. What I feel is a rare mud guard is missing on the X. I used to own the RS200 Bajaj, and it has the mud guard, or what we say is the tire guard. So if we have this option, then less mud is thrown from the behind of the bike to the riders. I'm sure the current setup must be very helpful for that, but this additional feature would have been much helpful. Top rack mount. From the video, it looks like for the manufacturer, it will be difficult to perfectly fit the rear top rack. And even though they can able to fit it, I don't think so it will look that good because of the current structure of the bike. Very small rear light. I used to ride the Versys 650. Similar kind of light can be used on the X. I think the Adventure X should have the adjustable suspension at the rear. This will make the ride more comfortable. I'm not talking about the front suspension, because small tweak can make our ride very smooth and easy. Let's talk about the tank range. The current 390 ADV I think provides the tank range of around 300 kilometers. I think it should be around 350 kilometers. So tank size should be increased. Okay, for example, because I am from Mumbai, I start my journey from the Mumbai, and let's say I'm planning to go to the Goa. So I have to refuel my fuel tank on Pune. If I could have the more larger range top of my tank after the Pune traffic, I know the 300 will be still sufficient. But if I have the 350 range, I will feel more relaxed and very calm, because in any way I will have a spare range of 50 kilometers. So that spare range of 50 kilometers allow me a very relaxed attitude towards the refilling of my fuel. So let's talk about the navigation. I think time is arrived where we can use the display of bikes, basically these adventure bikes, as an display for Android Auto and Apple CarPlay for bike. So instead of just turn by turn navigation, we can use the display for Google Map. I'm not about the touch screen. I'm just saying that from the mobile we can just select the map. Purpose of is that we can have an idea of the upcoming heavy traffic area, so we can dodge that part. If it's included in the bike as well, that will be very helpful. I'm not here much talking about the look of the vehicle. My current priority is just fulfill the all the requirements. I have to ride my bike in the city regularly and approximately 4 times in a year, a long rides like Goa, Hampi. So what I think is there should be a perfect long tourer bike which can be used as a sports tourer, so that we can cover long distances very comfortably. I hope you like this video. I hope I can provide you some inputs so that it will be helpful for you to decide which bike to go for. These are some points which I come up with when I was planning to buy for the X. Because some features are missing, so these are the things which I am looking for, and I don't think so the 100% are can be fulfilled, but close to 80% will fulfill. I hope you like this video, and my details will help you to decide which bike to go for your requirement. Thank you.